We've all heard about how great isometric exercises are. Hold a plank, sit against a wall, freeze like a statue. Sounds easy, right? Isometric exercises have been trending for good reason. They're simple, equipment-free, and surprisingly powerful. But wait, before you turn into a human statue for your next workout, it's important to know that isometric exercises, like all fitness trends, have their not-so-awesome side too. Let's dive into the downsides of isometric exercises so you can make the best decision for your body and your health. What are isometric exercises again? Let's do a super quick refresher in case you're new to the isometric world. Isometric exercises are when you hold your body in one position without moving. Think planks, wall sits, glute bridge holds, side planks, overhead holds. You're not moving up and down or lifting weights. You're just holding still. And that holding creates muscle tension. While these moves can be helpful for strength training, especially in small spaces or for rehab, they're not perfect. Let's break down the reasons why. 1. Limited range of motion. When you do a bicep curl or a squat, you're moving your muscles through their full range. That helps your joints stay flexible and strong. Isometric exercises, on the other hand, lock you into one position. What's the problem? That locked-in position only strengthens the muscle at that exact angle. Let's imagine you hold a squat at a 90-degree knee bend. Great, but that means you're not getting stronger when your knees are more bent or more extended. You're only building strength at that one point. Over time, this can create muscle imbalances or leave you weaker at other joint angles. 2. Muscle growth isn't as impressive. If your goal is to bulk up and look like a superhero, isometrics might not give you the best bang for your buck. Yes, you can build muscle with isometric exercises, but it's generally slower and less dramatic than with dynamic movements, like lifting weights or doing push-ups. Why? When your muscles move, they tear slightly and rebuild stronger. This is how hypertrophy, muscle growth, happens. Isometric holds just don't challenge the muscles in the same way. They help with endurance and control, but not with that big-time muscle pump. 3. Not great for cardiovascular health. Want to get your heart pumping? Isometric exercises probably won't do the trick. Because you're staying still, your heart rate doesn't increase the way it does during cardio workouts, like running, biking, or jumping jacks. That means you miss out on some important heart health benefits. Important fact, your heart is a muscle too. It needs a workout. And while isometric exercises strengthen skeletal muscles, they don't really do much for cardiovascular endurance. 4. Can increase blood pressure. Here's a big one you should know. Isometric exercises can spike your blood pressure, especially if you're holding your breath during the move, which people often do without noticing. According to Harvard Health, when you hold your breath and your muscles are under tension, blood pressure can shoot up fast. That's bad news if you already have high blood pressure or heart issues. Pro tip, always breathe deeply and steadily during isometric holds. Never hold your breath. Key concern, if you have heart problems or hypertension, talk to your doctor before trying isometric workouts. 5. Static equals boring for some people. Let's be honest, holding a plank for 60 seconds can feel like an eternity. Especially if you're a person who enjoys movement, rhythm, and variety, isometric training might feel more like torture than a workout. Why this matters, when you're bored, you're less likely to stick with your routine, and consistency is everything when it comes to fitness. 6. Doesn't translate well to real-life movements. Here's a weird truth. In real life, we move. We lift groceries, we chase kids, we run for the bus. Isometric exercises don't train your body to move under load, they train it to freeze. While that has its benefits, like building stability, it doesn't always prepare you for real-life activities or sports performance. 7. High mental fatigue. Isometric holds demand focus, mental toughness, and serious willpower, especially during long holds like wall sits or planks. And while that's great for discipline, it can lead to faster burnout, especially if you're not seeing big strength gains. 8. Doesn't hit all muscle groups equally. Some muscles love isometric work, like your core, glutes, and shoulders. But others, not so much. For example, your biceps won't benefit as much from isometric holds unless you're holding a weight at the right angle. Your legs may only benefit if you're in a specific position. Isometric training isn't as comprehensive as a full-body strength program with dynamic exercises. 9. Calorie burn is lower if you're working out to burn calories and lose weight. Isometric exercises alone won't cut it. They just don't use as much energy as exercises that involve big movements, jumping, or lifting weights. A full plank session might make you sweat, but it won't burn as many calories as a 30-minute jog or a dance workout. 10. No equipment needed, limited progression. Sure, it's great that you can do isometric exercises with no gear, but eventually your body gets used to the stress. Without changing things up or adding resistance, your progress might plateau. In other words, you might hit a fitness wall and not get any stronger unless you add weights, increase hold times, combine with dynamic exercises. When are isometric exercises actually a good fit? Don't get us wrong, these exercises can still be super useful. They're great when you're recovering from an injury, you need to improve posture or core strength, you don't have equipment or much time, you're targeting small stabilizer muscles, you want to mix things up in your current workout routine, but they shouldn't be your only form of exercise. Better alternatives or complements. If you want to build a more well-rounded workout, try pairing isometric exercises with dynamic strength training, squats, push-ups, lunges, cardio workouts, walking, dancing, swimming, flexibility routines, yoga or stretching, plyometrics, jump squats, burpees. That way you get the strength from isometrics plus the movement, calorie burn, and cardiovascular benefits from other types of workouts. Final thoughts. Isometric workouts, good but not great, alone. Isometric exercises definitely have their place in the fitness world. They're simple, low impact, and great for stability and mental focus. But they're not a one-size-fits-all solution. If you're chasing total fitness, strength, flexibility, endurance, heart health, and fun, it's important to mix isometric exercises with other types of movement. Relying on them alone could leave gaps in your fitness goals. So go ahead and hold that plank, but don't forget to dance, lift, and move too. Your body and your brain will thank you for it.